It triggered some of the largest protests in the country's history. Yet Georgia's prime minister said the foreign influence law, which was passed by parliament on Tuesday, reflected the will of the majority and therefore of the people.
When the opposition convinces its supporters of something and they go out in the streets to protest, it's an absolutely normal and healthy event. But the political minority cannot, under any circumstance, force the majority to accept or reject a decision.
Earlier in the day, scuffles broke out in Parliament between ruling party and opposition MPs as the law was approved in its third reading. The announcement was met with outrage by a crowd gathered outside the building, yet many vowed to keep up their protest movement.
They say that it's democracy, and this is like nothing like democracy. They're hitting people, they're being violent, I don't know, I'm so angry, I don't even can explain. We're gonna be here every day, all day, like, I won't give up.
Critics say the law, which requires media and advocacy groups receiving over 20% of their funding from abroad to register as pursuing the interests of a foreign power, can easily be abused to silence dissent and fear it will see Georgia drift closer to Russia. Both Brussels and Washington have repeatedly warned it could derail the country's EU membership bid and affect relations with the West.
This weekend, we saw some of the largest protests in Georgia's history, with tens of thousands of peaceful protesters. If this legislation passes, it will compel us to fundamentally reassess our relationship with Georgia.
A small if. Georgia's president said she would refuse to sign off on the bill, but her veto can easily be overridden by another vote in Parliament.